So I'm trying to frame this right. It's going to explore the technium, sort of the technological element of our interactions with the machine, in a certain sense. Now, that's a cold word. Some ways that's useful. In some regards, the human process has been more of a cold one. By objectifying our world around us, by making it an object that we can manipulate, there's been a tendency to not take as much responsibility for caring relationships for others. That is to say, other humans and other animals, although we do, obviously, just not to the degree that would be healthy, maybe. What is happening, I think, right now with this technology, with the internet in particular, is we're moving from linking ideas in and through things like Wikipedia, right, where you have a particular word that leads you to another idea. And so the computing system is allowing you to move through your idea system and enhance it. And it's moving to more personalization. You know, in Facebook, you'll have things that'll pop up that you like, that you desire, more in that direction, and so in doing that, it's creating a sphere around you. So I'm going to caveat here, but it is to some degree creating a sphere around you that is things that you like, want to go towards. The caveat is that, and I'm going to go further than that, but the caveat is that it is dependent on the people designing the system to some major degree, although our interacting is altering it. But the intentions of the we space, which is oftentimes left out in these diatribes, that is to say, there's a lot of talk about what you want and what the technology is and does, and the systems at play. Very little oftentimes about how it alters our we space, what is good for all of us, what is healthy for all of us. And so the intentions behind the creation of these systems is at play, always. I'll come back to that, but keep that in mind. The next one in that step movement from thoughts, like linking ideas, Wikipedia, to more emotive states like the personalization, is to map out the physical world, right? And so, you know, with things like Xbox, you actually see, you know, the Kinect, and you move around and it's taking pictures and it's putting it in through oftentimes the web. And so it's taking maps of this physical reality and putting it up. You know, even you know, Google Maps, you know, but it's not real time. But that's where it's moving in some sense, is to physically map out this world. Again, we can move back, and this is important to re-recognize this notion. There's a big we space thing here. You know, what are the intentions of people mapping your every movement? What are the intentions behind the software design that is going to have ever-ready access to where you are at any moment, really what kind of personal desires you have, what you want, where you want to move, and your thoughts, the directions and connections and your philosophies. And so that when it has all of that, it really, you are, in some pretty profound sense, downloaded onto the web. Which isn't a bad thing if it isn't vertically integrated. If the intentions behind the technium aren't directed towards vertical integration, but rather directed towards dissemination and integration of oneself and others. That is to say, there's a healthy we space involved in this process. When we look at the interface itself, it starts to get pretty interesting, because when it moves back and has a picture of the individuals that are inputting the data, this is the particular body mind that has the personal desires and has the philosophies that link all together. Then it's making an avatar, in some sense, of you online in the machine, in the one. So it has that data at play in the one, moment to moment, because it's never down. The machine's always running. So then there becomes this virtual you that's there, in not a really real way, but kind of too. So then we start to get into this thing where, you are looking at you. You are looking at your mind at play. More and more so, as this moves forward, you are interfacing with your own mind. You have that opportunity. Never in history have you really had that chance to be moving through this. Not only your particular mind, but really the good, the true, and the beautiful through the interobjective internet. So that is to say, you have the global idea set, all of the history of ideas as portrayed on the infoweb, on the web. You have the kinds of intentions that orient us, the we space. What are we gearing ourselves towards in this process? And then you have almost a meditative capacity to look at your own self and what you gear yourself towards. And so then you are interfacing with a stage of development, in a certain sense, that's at play. You're interfacing with yellow, and so it's become yellow in spiral dynamics, and it's pulling you towards it.